Hey guys, welcome back. Today, as you can probably see, I am going to be talking to you all about my mid-year journal / planner lineup. So these are the notebooks and journals that I'm hoping will take me to the end of 2022, and I've already started thinking about what I want to change for 2023, but I'm hoping to kind of stick with the system here until the end of the year. So I thought I'd take you through all of the journals I'm currently using, how I use each one, and all that good stuff. So let's start out with the big one. This guy right here is probably the notebook you see the most on this channel. This is my bullet journal. And right now I'm keeping my bullet journal in this notebook, which is an A5 editor series notebook by the brand Stalogy. And this guy, as you can see, is dot grid. Actually, you probably can't even see the dot grid because it's really, really light, which is why I love this notebook. But this guy has 368 pages, so there's a lot of pages in here, which I really like because my style or variation of bullet journaling involves me using a day per page for my daily logs. So if you can imagine, I go through quite a lot of pages every month, and I like to try to make my bullet journals last at least 6 months. So that's why I find this notebook works really well. And I moved into this journal in July. So this is kind of how it looks. If you've seen the setup video that I have on my channel, then this might be not so new to you, but I pretty much have at the beginning my yearly pages, which I don't think I've really filled out that much, to be honest. Yeah, I have to still kind of go in and do my future log, which I just use for future tasks and projects, since I use a Google Calendar for my events. And then, yeah, I have been using my When Did I Last yearly spread. This has been really great for tracking stuff like, when I last got a haircut, when I last did a closet clean out, when I last backed up my laptop, which I really need to do, and when I changed out my toothbrush, just important stuff that sometimes I forget. So I'll definitely be keeping this spread next year. But yeah, I have started kind of populating these yearly pages, and then I decided to add a couple pages as well, documenting different TV shows, movies, books, and video games I've consumed over the year. So for my bullet journal, I just have a couple collections at the beginning, and then you jump right into the monthly section. So I'll take you there right now. This is my August monthly cover page, which I really love how it turned out, and I really like this kind of white space heavy but collage-y and hand lettering style thing I have going on here. And I'll just show you how my monthly looks as well, because I feel like my monthly / weekly / daily sections are kind of the main bulk of how my bullet journal works. So I've been playing around with monthly layouts, but I always do like to have my calendar where I have room to write down the timeline of the month and kind of things that happened, so I can have that overview after the month has ended. And then I always have my monthly focuses and then my task list, which I really need to fill out because it's like already the 32nd week. But in terms of weeklies, this is how my weeklies look. So I set them up right after my monthlies. They have a spot for focuses and tasks as well. And then after that, it just goes straight into the daily logs. As I mentioned briefly before, they're 1 day a page, so I have lots of space to write down all the things I have to do and the events and stuff that happened in the day. And then after that, at the very back, I have a notes page right here. So I use this for all kinds of notes that are mostly personal and then sometimes work stuff. So right here I have my journal lineup ideas for next year because I'm already thinking about that. And then I'll just kind of go ahead and do as many notes as I need and then set up the next month once it's like the last week of the current month. So that's what I do. One thing I kind of like to joke to myself about is that my bullet journal system is very similar to the Hobonichi Cousin in the A5 size. I like to consider my bullet journal at this point. It's kind of just like a very customized cousin because it has those monthly, weekly, daily sections, just like the Hobonichi, which I kind of find hilarious. But yeah, this system works really well for me. I've been bullet journaling since 2018, I think. So for me, I know this system works well, and it's always something that I keep in my lineup and will definitely continue to keep in my lineup. But that is my bullet journal. Now let's move on to my next journal, which is this guy right here. This is also a Stalogy notebook. This is an A6 size notebook, and I just have it in a Superior Labor cover. This is the natural leather cover in the A6 size, and I really, really love it. This is probably one of my favorite leather covers ever. And I have a grid notebook in here since I believe the dot grid only comes in the A5 size. So what I use this guy for is daily journaling. So I kind of keep the layout pretty simple. I just go ahead and do gratitude at the top, and then I kind of write how I'm feeling that day. And let me zoom you in so you can see better. And yeah, I just kind of write how I'm feeling. I usually do 1 page a day just to keep it pretty quick. And, you know, I find having this much space is enough for me to kind of dump out my thoughts for the day and just kind of get my mind right before jumping into the morning and going about my day. So I just kind of have all my entries here. And then I really like using this postcard that I got from Wonder Pens to kind of provide some bookmarking action on the entry I'm currently on. And yeah, very simple. I do this in the morning, although sometimes it happens in the afternoon, whatever I kind of feel like that day. And yeah, this is kind of just my daily journal, reflection journal, feelings journal, whatever you want to call it. All that stuff is in here. So besides these two, I have one more journal, I want to call it, and this is kind of my journal, if you will. It's actually 2 Passport Traveler's Notebook inserts. I don't have a Passport Traveler's Notebook. I have a regular size, and I don't intend to buy a Passport Traveler's Notebook until I have used these for the rest of the year and know I'm going to keep using them. So I'm just using these 2 loose notebooks for now until I know I want to commit to the actual cover, but the insides are still the same. So I have a simple kind of DIY notebook here on the right. This is I believe the cream paper cover, and then I just kind of hodgepodged some paper together. As you can see, I just kind of DIY'd it myself, and it was kind of fun, and I like how you get different paper on every other page, so it makes it a little fun and gives it some variety. So this is kind of my fun, creative collage journal. So I've only done 1 spread in here, but I just thought this would be a place to do just like really fun journaling whenever I felt like getting creative and playing around with washi tape and stickers and all that good stuff. So that guy's pretty simple. I just kind of started this, and we'll see how long it takes to fill this guy up. But this one over here, this is kind of the main guy in this setup. This is a free week horizontal passport insert by Travelers Company. And in here, I do memory keeping / I guess kind of travel journaling. I feel like those words are kind of interchangeable for my style of journaling, but I pretty much go in every day or on the days where something notable happens, and I write down a kind of short summary of the day. And let me zoom you in on this one as well. So yeah, I'll just write down like a short summary of the highlight of the day if there's anything notable going on, and I'll also go in and add any kind of ephemera I want to include, and I'll also do a little bit of decorating. So this ephemera is from like a taco place that we got some takeout from here in Toronto, so I thought I'd include the sticker on the bag in this spread, and then just a little bit of collaging on the right. And I really like that this is just like the non-dated weekly because I am able to do like some lettering for the month, which I really like. And yeah, this is very small and very fun, but I really enjoy how it kind of documents my life, and it's really easy to kind of go in every day and write a short summary of what happened, and it doesn't take up a ton of time, and it's definitely really manageable. So I just started this last week, and then this is kind of how it looks this week. So I haven't gone in on Saturday and Sunday yet. And I didn't write anything Tuesday or Wednesday because there wasn't really anything that immediately came to my mind that I wanted to include. But once I fill out these 2 entries, I'll probably go in and add the decoration after the fact. So yeah, this is kind of my memory keeping / travel journal. So I will probably just keep filling this out until the end of the year. And oh, I just use this like a grid piece of paper from Muji as kind of not a writing board, but I'll just slip it underneath so I can see the grid through the paper so I can write straight, because I am not very good at writing straight on blank paper. I always get really crooked writing, so I like to have a guide so that I can make sure my writing is straight. But yeah, this is kind of my memory keeping travel journal. I'm not sure if I'm gonna stay in the Passport. I'm kind of thinking of maybe trying the free horizontal weekly in the regular size for next year, since I already have a regular size traveler's notebook. So, you know, then I'm kind of using something that I already own. And I like how there might be a little more space, but yeah, for now we are trying out this size and I'll see how I like it. And besides that, that is kind of the 3 notebook system that I have going on for the end of 2022. So kind of planner / bullet journal, daily journal for reflection and thoughts, and then memory keeper. And I've kind of noticed as I've looked back on my previous journal lineups that I tend to do best when I have 3 or less notebooks in my system. So I think these 3 should be a good combo for the rest of the year. And that's kind of a summary of the notebooks. Quickly before I go, let me show you the pen I use in all my notebooks, just in case you were curious. So I have an aversion to black ink. I don't really like using it anymore. Once I switched to brown, I found that I preferred kind of using brown ink. I found black a bit harsh personally. So this is the pen that I use in all my journals. It is the Pilot, the Sarasa Grand gel pen in the vintage colorway. This one is brown gray, and this is a Grand, so it's a metal body instead of plastic, so I just like to switch out the inserts whenever I'm done with it so that I can just keep using the same pen. And besides my pen, I think that's kind of all I had to show you in my journal lineup. These are the notebooks that I'm hoping to use until the end of the year, and yeah, I'm hoping that I will stick with these. We will see. And also very excited to plan for 2023 and make some changes, because I already have some ideas of things I want to switch up for the next year. So yeah, that's my notebook lineup. I hope you enjoyed seeing what I'm using for the rest of this year, and let me know what you're using and what kind of notebooks and journals you like to use so I can get some inspiration and ideas for myself and the rest of us. And yeah, besides that, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye everyone.